None of your scars were left by your enemies. They all came from those you once called family or friends. These same people have been screaming lies from the rooftops about you. But as we know, the loudest lies come from those who fear your truth. What do we have at the foundation of the reading? Eight of Pentacles, Virgo energy at the foundation of the reading. So right now I feel like you're in this energy where you're building, you're engaging with something that you have been working very hard to pull forward into your waking life. But whatever this is, it has to do with, I heard, your legacy, your career, your path, your purpose. And I'm also hearing this is either going to become or already is your livelihood, your bread and butter. And though you've worked really hard to get to this space, there's something that is starting to reveal itself to you. I feel that there's energies lurking in and around your life, watching you build this. They never thought that you would make it this far. Some of these people could be causing disruptions to your peace. But however this may be showing up in your life, I feel that you've reached this season where Spirit is starting to reveal things to you. You could be having epiphanies. It's like you're engaged in building whatever this is here, and all of a sudden you just stop. You find yourself deep in thought about a time in your past that you've moved on from, people, situations, karmic cycles, and you see something that you didn't see before. You recognize something, or perhaps you see a truth that maybe you weren't ready to see prior till now. Spirit is trying to show you what was always holding you back. And for most of you, it's not the typical things that you would think about. Your own lack of confidence or your own lack of effort. Sure, all these things play a part, but there was something much bigger taking place, and it had nothing to do with you. It was all outside of you. Something that you never would have ever expected. And this speaks about what I quoted before the reading. You're starting to recognize that there was some sort of campaign, some sort of deliberate actions that individuals engaged with to make it difficult for you to get to where you are now. You've had to completely cut people off to get here. Major sacrifices all around your life had to take place. This is how you were able to access this new timeline. You've built something here that can only be credited to you. You did this all on your own. Nobody's helped you. But for some reason, these people feel like you don't deserve it. They feel like it should be theirs. They feel like you're not qualified to be doing what you're doing. But that's just it. God placed you in the position that you're in. God was the one that decided you were qualified for this, which is starting to uncover a certain kind of truth about these people. They tried to play God in your life. For a lot of you, this is individuals in your family that you once entrusted to guide you or look out for you, have your back, only to realize in this winning season of yours that they were actually all against you. From what seems like the moment you took your first breath, you've had enemies circling you since the moment of inception. And it all has to do with this. What you're building, what you're creating, where you're going. I'm also hearing that there's some sort of truth that's being revealed through what you're creating here. And for a lot of you, it's not even really something that you had to put much thought into. Now, what I mean by this is you're starting to see how all of your struggles up until this point in your life are actually what got you here. Everything you've gone through had to unfold exactly the way it did. See, when you're able to put purpose behind your struggles, this is when you're truly living, because you honor every step of your journey to get to this very moment. This is when you enter into a space where you can truly thank all the people that formed weapons against you, because had they not, you wouldn't have been able to gather the wisdom and the strength and the courage to push forward in power and purpose. And when you finally get to a point in your life where you have this kind of mindset, this is when you're truly winning. There's a certain level of forgiveness that you can also give to your enemies because you start to recognize them as limited. They just don't understand, but you understand their place in the universe as being an obstacle for you to get to where you are in this new season of your life. And for that, you thank them. What do we have at the sacral, please? The Fool, card 0 at the sacral. Perfect. You know, true awakening is having the courage to traverse through your own shadow and darkness. See, people will try to tell you otherwise. These same people are typically stuck inside an illusion of their ego's own doing. It's a place that's comfortable. It doesn't require them to do any sort of heavy lifting to bring forward the real spiritual breakthrough that their soul is yearning for. But you've stepped out on faith. You've completely started from the ground up here, whether it's materially, physically, spiritually, mentally, whatever it is for you. This is going to resonate differently with all sorts of people out there. But you were brave enough to actually just let go and allow the divine to guide you in accordance with what has been willed for your life. And because of this, you're having a whole new beginning. You're actually starting to see miracles unfold in your life. You're accessing all of these blessings because you're doing what none of them were strong enough to do before you. When it comes to spiritual breakthroughs, you're truly able to see just how strong and courageous an individual is when it comes to spiritual evolution and ascension. Those who may carry themselves as strong and confident and big and bad inside their everyday waking life fall to their knees and shudder at the path that you are stepping into so freely and seemingly with very little effort. And it has a lot to do with you not creating some preconceived notion that your path moving forward won't be without obstacles. You understand very well that you will face many obstacles on your path, so you're able to mentally prepare yourself. See, there's two options that we can take in life, and it comes down to that metaphorical choice between the red pill and the blue pill. You can accept the difficult truth and begin your journey through it, or you can remain inside this blissful ignorance, which is the space that all of these other individuals have committed themselves to. They don't want to face their own shadow, but you can't find the light without walking through the darkness. And for a lot of you, your time in the darkness is coming to an end. You see the light at the end of the tunnel now. You've done the work, and Spirit is about to reward you in a massive way for doing so. Right on the bottom of the deck, I have the Knight of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, Queen of Pentacles, Earth energy. So there's major changes taking place in your life, and this has to do with your stability. There's a very earthy energy that I'm picking up here. Yeah, this all has to do with the work that you've put into yourself, your spiritual evolution. It's like you've been in hermit mode, and there's been people forming weapons against you from the shadows. Or so they think. What do we have, the solar plexus? Wow. In the shadows, or so they think, is exactly right. The moon at the solar plexus. So Spirit has ripped back the veil, so to speak. You see what's been taking place, but they don't know that you know it's them. This sort of energy is coming through here. You know, I've been getting a similar message to this in quite a lot of the readings lately. So this could speak about people forming some sort of harassment campaigns or trolling campaigns against you. This is a big thing that we all deal with at this current modern day time in our history. And this pretty much all has to do with the internet. But whatever the case here, there's something that you've been made aware of. They can't hide from you. You're really seeing these people's true colors now and who these people really were in your life the entire time. And I feel that all this is doing is confirming to you that what you have always known intuitively has been absolutely spot on. These kinds of people have become so committed to the lies that they have been weaving in and around your life that they can't even keep up with any of it anymore. And going back to what I was saying at the beginning of the reading about you just beginning to have these sorts of realizations is really being confirmed here with the moon. This is something I speak about a lot. Once you get on your path and you're so focused with the task at hand, we often find ourselves forgetting about all of the struggles we've gone through to get to that very moment. And a part of that is you feeling the need to just shut it out for the time being because you're sick of thinking about it. But then you find yourself revisiting some of these events in your mind, and you truly start to see how shocking and how truly wicked some of the things that you have gone through actually were. It almost feels unreal. It feels like a bad dream. And I feel that this is the point that you're getting to right now. You can't believe that you've made it to this point. After everything you have gone through, you made it out, which also causes you to wrestle with an idea of who you thought these people were and who they really are. They presented themselves in another way, right? I don't know why they're giving me this example right now, but it's like Bill Cosby. You know, for those people who grew up watching the Cosby Show, you could have never have imagined that Bill Cosby would have been this complete monster that he turned out to be. But then lo and behold, you know, everybody's grown up now and the truth has come out. And I remember when that first started happening, everybody was like, oh my God, our childhood was such a lie, right? This is exactly what I'm getting here. These people were just playing their part. They were actors and actresses in your life. They were just kinds of supporting characters. But here they are, business as usual, still trying to hold up that mask, even after the truth has been exposed and you've moved on. These are NPCs through and through. They have an old, outdated kind of program running that they just can't seem to break free of. What do we have at the heart, please? Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy at the heart. And there it is. You see the truth. It's so clear. I just heard that you have this energetic fortress around you. These people aren't able to access you the way they once were. You know, when these people were in your life, they were able to keep you in a low enough frequency for their attacks against you to stick. And this can really speak about witchcraft. The only way the witchcraft can actually work is if people can get you in that vibrational frequency for it to attach to you. These people create a lot of chaos around you to lower your vibration. They somehow get you to question your own sanity, your own reality. These events are so outlandish that it almost sounds crazy to think that someone could do this to another person. But when you wake up to these tactics, it's shocking to see how much they were actually doing it and getting away with it, keeping you stuck for years, decades for some of you, without you even being aware of it. See, this is what you're hip to now. You understand how vibration, frequency, energy works. They have to get you in a certain environment, in a certain space, mind, body, and spirit, vibrationally, for the witchcraft, the black magic, the energy manipulation, whatever it may be, to run rampant in your life. Your boundaries are up. Your spiritual protection is on point. And this is all because you trusted enough to step out on faith and go directly toward what's been calling you from the inside this entire time. And this is exactly why you're stepping into this new position in your life, because you've done the work. You deserve it. It's yours by divine rights. It was always meant to be. But like we just said, you had to go through the darkness to find the light. And these individuals just can't seem to accept the fact that you know this now. What do we have at the throat, please? Strength. Leo energy in reverse at the throat. And what I'm picking up here is confirming some of what we've already spoken about. Even though you're in this position, even though you have already crossed into this new timeline, they can't let it go. They are hell-bent on getting you to doubt your path. Attacks are just absolutely relentless here, but none of this is affecting you. I just heard that these individuals know that they are going to have to pay. Let me rephrase this. These individuals are already paying the karmic consequences of a lot of what they've already done to you. And the point they've gotten to now is them saying, well, I've already done this much. What's a little bit more karmic consequences at this point? So they're committed to this campaign. It's just really who they are. And again, it's just something that you have always known about these individuals. I'm also picking up here that you could be dealing with a shadow Leo, somebody who's in their south node, with this strength card in reverse at the throat. Your truth is their downfall. Your truth is everything that's ugly inside of them. Your truth is everything that they don't want to face within themselves. And I'm thinking back to what I said about somebody trying to appear like they're big and bad, but spiritually speaking, this person is a complete coward. This person's a nobody. I'm also picking up here, this person's a bully. This could be most definitely a family member or a friend from the past. I feel that this person really held you back, and as time has gone on, you're actually starting to see just how much they actually did. This person decided that you were their mortal enemy from the moment they laid eyes on you, and you've never done anything to this person other than just exist. What do we have at the third eye, please? Justice. Libra energy at the third eye. So as you're having this illumination around the truth, the divine is bringing forward your justice in the form of success. These people are going to have to watch you rise, however that looks for you. Will they stop coming for you? No, I don't think they will. I think that this is how this person is truly going to go out. But this is how it has to be, because this is going to allow everybody in and around this situation to see them for who they really are. It doesn't take a whole lot of genius to look at your life when these people were in it and compare it to your life when they're no longer in it and see just how far you've come in the world. It's very clear to other people that there was something about these connections, even if they don't know all the details, that held you back. And then when they compare where you're at to where those people still are, the truth is just completely undeniable. But even with all of that, these people here are so caught up in the illusions that they've created with their own lies that their own lies have actually gotten a hold of them. And this is something that I also spoke about in the collective reading. The thing that these people need to fear the most is believing their own lies, because they're creating a reality where they live in that lie and everybody can see through it. And this is exactly what I'm getting with this justice card at the third eye. It's very clear to people what's going on here now, or enough of it, to see beyond the lies and the deceit these people have manufactured to paint you as the villain. See, the weapons they formed against you didn't work, and now they're so fearful of you exposing them and speaking your truth that they're on a campaign to paint you as some sort of monster that came for them for no reason, when they can't even see that all they're doing is solidifying themselves as the villain in your story. What do we have? The crown, please? Wow. Hangman, Pisces energy at the crown. So I feel that there's going to be a lot of illumination. There's going to be a lot of truth, like I've been picking up here, that is going to begin to unfold in the near future. People are starting to look at things from a different perspective now. You may even have people trying to come back from the past that didn't really have anything to do with this situation, that maybe you just had to detach from because you might not have known who all was involved in something here. In other words, you had to completely let go of everything to be able to build anew from a solid foundation where nobody could quite possibly influence the integrity of it. Sort of like collateral damage. You know that not everybody is probably involved in something, but you still just need to do a clean cut, which is unfortunate. But in a lot of the cases, you have to let those other people go as well who may not have been completely involved, because you can't go to them with your truth. So what is the point of even having connections like that in your life anyway? But that's just me. I believe in quality over quantity, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with expecting people to add value to your life like you add to theirs. I'm also hearing that these people have completely failed to recognize that they can't break you because you're getting your strength from source. You commune with the universe, with the divine. It's like forming weapons against a person who prays every night. What do you think is going to happen to you? How could you possibly think that you would have favor over somebody who's praying every night? I mean, that just goes to show the level of lunacy that some of these people have actually committed themselves to. What do we have at the foundation? Knight of Pentacles, Earth energy at the foundation. Perfect. So the Knight of Pentacles from this deck is a very obsessive, very self-serving, stubborn, jealous individual. So here you are, right? Working away in your purpose, and then here's this person. That should be mine. They don't deserve any of that, right? And see how it's like they're, well, whenever I look at this card, it just reminds me of somebody who's anchored in their ways, who sits around and tells everybody else how to live their life when their own life is a complete mess. But this person is so caught up in this illusion that they hold around themselves. It's like they don't see themselves for who they really are. Yeah, this person has some sort of borderline personality disorder. They have this idea of who they are, and it's just not even close to what is reality. This person is completely stuck in life, and you've managed to escape their grasp, so to speak. You've moved on from these people. And again, like we always say, rather than focusing on how they can up-level, they're focusing on trying to pull you back down, right? The crabs in the barrel mentality. And, you know, this falls under the umbrella of narcissism. People who cannot stand to see you move on to bigger and better. They'll support you all the way up until you rise higher than them. But then once you do, they'll be gunning for you. And for some of you, quite literally. What do we have, the sacral, please? Wow. Two of Wands. Look, sneaking up, right? Hearing these dogs barking in the distance. So there's this very chaotic, disruptive energy that I'm picking up here now. It's like they're trying to distract you from your work. They're trying to distract you from your purpose. They're trying to mess with your focus. The Two of Wands from this deck is an energy that is trying to basically shake your foundation, cause problems in your life. They want you to lose control of everything you've built. They want you to self-sabotage. But the thing is, nothing can break what you've built. You're too wise now. Any reaction that comes from you is one that comes from a place of strength and complete confidence. They can't shake you the way they once did. See, there's a difference here between reacting and getting angry and focused pressure, focused aggression to be able to protect everything you have built. These people will poke the bear repeatedly, and then when you finally rip their arm off, they want to be able to point at you and say, look at you, you're a monster. But what they have failed to realize now, where you have gotten to, any reaction that they get out of you is justified because you are now protecting with pressure and aggression everything that you have built. Just because we are speaking about spiritual matters does not mean that you are not able to protect everything you have built the way you see fit when you need to. See, people get this very wrong. Yes, sitting in peace and deflecting the enemy's tactics against you is always advised. However, there does come a time in some cases where you need to defend your property. You need to defend your family. You need to defend yourself against the people that trespass against you. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Four of Cups. Cancer energy at the solar plexus, right underneath that moon, further emphasizing everything that was hidden now being revealed to you. Whenever I get this card, the illustration is so interesting to me because we see this horse here and it looks like the bird is trying to console the horse, but then the bird's also tripping the horse up and cocking his fist back, but it's almost as if the horse doesn't see this. It's like this person was right underneath your nose. They presented themselves as a support, but when you would turn your back, they would form weapons against you. And this is what's being illuminated to you now. You're starting to see the truth about who this person really was in your life. And I just heard something about past life enemies, right? This is also something that's been coming through in the readings lately. I absolutely 100% believe that this is real. You just can't quite explain why some people come for you the way they do. And then when you start to think about it from a higher perspective, and you think about the timeline beyond this actual life cycle, it can make a lot of sense. And although that's going to be different for all of you, there's going to be thousands of different versions of this story. Maybe just think about that a little bit. What does your spirit tell you? Because a lot of you have a deep knowing about this as well, and you should really try to start honoring that. What do we have at the heart, please? Ace of Swords, air energy, right underneath that Queen of Swords. Unbelievable. Indiscretion and untruth. So all of this person's lies, the web that they have weaved in and around your life is all being exposed. All of their efforts, all of the weapons that they have formed against you have completely failed. Everything that this person, these people have sent to you is now their own reality. Manifestation 101. Whatever you put out into the universe is exactly what gets amplified back into your own life. See, the reason why these people may have gotten away with some of this in the past is because you allowed it. And that sounds like a weird thing to say, right? But that can just really speak about you not wanting to accept, or maybe you just didn't see the truth in the way you did now. So it allowed them to get away with what they can't get away with now. And something that I mentioned in one of the readings as well recently is that the devils always have to show you the evil that they do in your life, because they are exempt from the karmic consequences when they do so. However, when you finally see it for what it is, this is when they are in big trouble. This is what they're not used to, and this is what's coming back on them now. Page of Swords at the heart. The more you rise in your life, the more they know that there's something coming for them. For a lot of them, it's already hit them. I feel that this eclipse has brought a pretty big whiplash into these individuals' lives. Whereas you're feeling happy, you're feeling high vibrational and just positive about the future. You know, everything doesn't have to be perfect. Very rarely is going to be, but things are looking up. But these individuals, oh no, it's something entirely different for them. You know, I also feel that for some of these people, this could speak about friends or romantic interests from the past, but they may have left you behind for something that they thought was better, right? Maybe you were down on your luck, but now these people are beginning to lose it all. And here we are years later, and you're on top of the world. You've become everything that they thought they left you for. Some of these people asked for a blessing in their life. Some of these people asked God to bring them their person, and so God brought them you. But see, God tested them because God knew that they would fail. It was all meant to go down like this, because in a lot of these cases, it was this situation with this individual or these people that also triggered your awakening. That heartbreak, that pain from having to deal with these situations is what allowed your higher self to come online and rescue you. Future you saved you in the here and now. You communed with God, the divine source and spirit. They healed you, turned you into your own superhero. They turned you in to the love of your own life. And none of these people saw this coming. They thought for sure you were an easy target, a done deal. But this, you know, some of these people didn't believe in God, didn't believe in the higher power until you had your rise. They just can't quite figure it out. How could they possibly do that unless there was something otherworldly, some sort of higher power helping them? Here they are right here. They can't say anything now. You're on this poster, right? Just a representation of your rise. And this is the scales tipping. You rising exposes them and everything they've done this entire time. That's why for a lot of you out there that haven't quite stepped into this energy yet, that may be too focused on what's going on with these people or these people getting their karma, what you need to understand is as soon as you step into your own power and just leave this to God, boom, the scales tip. I try to tell people this all the time. Most people get it, but then there's some people that are just really caught up in it. And I understand it can be really difficult sometimes, but I'm telling you that this is 100% effective. It may take time. It just really depends on what it is you've gone through. But as soon as you take all of the focus and energy off of what you cannot control, because you can't control any of this, and you put it into everything you can control, this is when the miracles begin to unfold in your life. What do we have at the throat, please? 3 of Pentacles. God-hearing laminations. So I'm hearing that God, Spirit, the divine, the universe, heard your pain, heard your cries, but you have to take that step forward because of your free will and allow them to help you. And I feel that this is really speaking about the individuals that need to let go and let God, right? And focus on what you can control. Spirit is going to show you how to build an empire off of your pain and turn it into something beautiful that you can impart upon others who may be struggling on a similar path, but you have to allow it by putting forward the necessary action to show them that's exactly what you want. And then right on the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles again. Okay, so this really follows up what I said here beautifully, because now, well, this is basically, this is the aftermath of this. It just all depends where each one of you are on the timeline, okay? Like I said, some of you are already going to be in this energy. Some of you are just now starting out. Some of you aren't quite here yet. But this is confirmation that this is going to lead to this, okay? And it says right there, God the teacher. What do we have at the third eye? Perfect. Six of Swords, Aquarius energy at the third eye. So the Six of Swords is a rite of passage energy. So now here you are moving on. Follows everything that we're saying here perfectly. And whenever I see this card, it looks like this angel is flipping off the past, right? This is you moving forward beyond the pain that this situation has caused you. Rather than marinating in it, you're going to use it to empower yourself to build something beautiful. Exactly what the devil, what the enemy fears the most. You figuring out the tactics that they have used against you and turning it on them. Right underneath that justice. These people are beside themselves. They can't figure out how you found out all of the things that they were doing against you. Again, they literally did not even think about this being a possibility. They thought that you were a sure thing. And what's taken place here in your life is a complete miracle. The universe stepped in and said, oh no, enough's enough. That is one of our chosen. Our chosen has sight to see. And now we're going to remind them of this and show them everything that you have done to hold them back. Every weapon that was formed against them will be exposed. Every drop of evil energy manipulation, black magic, and spell work that you blasted towards them has been accounted for and will also be exposed to them. What do we have for the crown, please, to close out the reading? Perfect. Ten of Cups, Pisces energy. Under the Hangman, also Pisces energy at the crown to close out the reading. God, master of the universe, divine warrior, confounds the wicked, brings victory and peace. And this Ten of Cups is beautiful because it shows your higher self, you in the here and now, and then your inner child. There's this convergence that's taking place here. It's like all the timelines are crossing. And there's this sort of divine calibration that takes place, which is representative of you stepping into this new timeline. The portal opens and you step through, and all is revealed to you, past, present, and future. This is a beautiful reading, and I certainly hope that you're able to take what you need from this to empower you on your path moving forward. Okay, this is what I have for all of you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and if this reading resonated with you, leave a green heart emoji and/or leave a comment down below. And I'll see you all again soon. Take care.